to what I was we were saying about them changing things and keeping different laws and who the book's pertaining to, and this is what they took out of the Maccabees. Yeah, this is why they won't let us read it. This is First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathens.
When it says they open the book of the law, this is the book of the law.
Yeah.
This is what these other nations did. They opened this book,
which the heathens has sought to paint the likeness of their image.
Look at that leaflet there. What do you see on the leaflet? Who's that meant to be? Bro, you don't know who that is? No, that's true, but who did they say that?
They said that
that's right. But that's what it says. They opened the books and sought to paint the likeness of their images. When you read the book, it says that he's got skin feet like burnt brass.
Yeah.
That don't look like no.
And here's another precept. So here's another precept to back it up. So this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now who's ruling the earth now? Because if we were ruling...
Elizabeth.
What did he say to them? Who are the people from? Elizabeth is from who?
That family that's in Buckingham Palace.
What's their nationality? Exactly.
So it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
And this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 4.
Right.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
It says, whereas Edom, we all have a biblical nationality. That's what they've not taught us. We are Israelites. The same people you just mentioned, this is their biblical nationality.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall fall them.
It says they shall call them, not him or her, singular, plural. They shall call them, Edom,
the border of wickedness.
The border of wickedness.
Yeah, the border of wickedness. They are the wicked.
And the people against whom Yahweh have indignation forever.
There's a group of people in the Bible that the Bible teaches that the Most High hates them forever. And when it says the border of wickedness, all nations does some kind of wickedness. But these people, they always seem to go that. It's like, who would actually think of, you know what, I want to put fear in these people, so let me look for the biggest man, time over a barrel.
Sodomizing.
And they're building the desolate places. Like how we said, Egypt. It's,
just leave it alone, man. Go your way.
So where it says Edom, that they go to desolate places, isn't it? So that's what they're doing now. They go to Egypt, and one thing the brother was saying about the Maccabees, in chapter 1, it talks about Alexandria. Alexandria is mentioned in the book of Maccabees, chapter 1. They don't want us to know that they are the wicked, that are impoverished, because they went to Egypt, and they've got a place in Egypt called Alexandria. So they go there and they name lands after their own names. That's what it talks about this.
Right, well, now we come back to what I was saying earlier. These brothers say that the Bible is the worst book ever, right? So I say, let's prove to you that the Bible is actually the worst book. So the Bible proves all prophecy. To prove to you the slave trade that the blacks went to. I prove that it's a prophecy, right? Now, as the prophet speaks, what they're bringing out, they even tell you who the wicked is in the Bible. And this Bible says condemns you. Huh?
That's right.
Edomite. So that name,
heathen means other nations. Yeah. What society has taught you is heathen just means someone that's a barbarian, blah blah blah. Which they are because they're not of the Most High. So that's a heathen. Same way they used to say we're all Gentiles. Gentile just means to be a foreigner of a foreign land. So yes, we are Gentiles in the land of our captivity, but to the Most High, we are Israelites. So we're not like the other nations. Because the so-called white man knows he's a Caucasian. The so-called Chinese man knows that he's a Chinese man. The Elam man knows he's Elam. But we call ourselves Black British, Caribbean, St. Lucian, West Africans, West Indians. We call ourselves Western savages. But these are names given to our oppressors.
Yeah.
So we have to identify that if they all got their
We're human.
no, but we're all human, but God has a
People of you.
of you. Yeah, we're human. We're human because we have hue means to be melanated. But you need to understand as well, the Egyptians are hue because they're melanated, but they're not the same as us. That's why there was confusion. Yeah. Sorry, King. Yeah, let's bring that piece out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and 16. It reads, the portion of Jacob is not like them,
Yes, no,
for
but-
he is the former of all things.
So the portion of Jacob is who's our father. His name got changed to Israel, which makes us the Israelites. The portion of Jacob is not like no other because Jacob is the only man that's been on the earth to wrestle with an angel. No other man's fighting an angel and won. Hence why we got that blessing. But that was God's design. That was Yahweh's design. He designed it to be like that. From Abraham to Isaac to Jacob, plus the 12 tribes. So
When you look at us as brothers and sisters as a people, where it says the portion of Jacob, the portion, where the Most High is chosen, where his children. So like we're in a lower state, but we're still setting trends. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what we do, these other nations, no matter how much they try and hold us down, we still shine.
Yeah.
Because the portion that the Most High give us, they don't have, and they envy us because of that. So what they do, they tell us we're Egyptians, they tell us we're this, we're that, apart from who we are. But once you've heard of Black Wall Street.
Black Wall
You've
Street.
heard of Black Wall Street. No, Black Wall Street. No, Wall Street.
Yes, in America.
Yes, now that was shortly after slavery. And look how we excelled.
1912.
Yeah. But because we weren't keeping the laws,
You messed up.
yes.
This is Judith chapter 5 verse 20.
Pick it up.
Now therefore, my master and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power,
Sin means breaking the commandments.
The transgression of the laws. Yeah?
let us consider that this shall be their
So
ruin.
this is something that they know. As long as we're breaking God's commandments, remember the curses.
Mess us up to the
Keep the
people.
commandments and you'll be above them. Break them, you'll be at the bottom.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
So this is something that they do to us today. Like this, basic laws, like for instance, you know that it's against our laws. We're childish.
Like, yeah. My mom kind of.
Yeah, but it's against our laws for men to be clean shaven. These are basic laws. These ain't the more stringent laws. So they'll give us things like lip razors, tell it, oh, it's woman pants. So where's my man dress? You see the way they pull us up?
But
And that keeps us in the lowest stages. So this is what we do. We try to come up and tell our people one second that there is destruction coming. For you to avoid that destruction, come back to your power. Like he says, do what I say and I'll put you above them. Yeah? We don't do it. Black lives matter, hands up, don't shoot. Like, that's simple.
And it's against the commandments for us to lie down with the other nations.
All of these things, man.
Not allowed to lie down.
yeah, I was gonna say, see, when, like what my brother just said, like where's that man dress? Now they're putting all the men in dresses. See,
I've seen a
you
lot
see,
of the rappers.
exactly.
And what's the name of that rapper? He was in a dress.
No,
full dress.
God.
No,
No.
there's another one. In the awards, he was wearing a
Yeah, I know
full
you're talking about. I can't remember his
dress.
name. But that's what I'm saying. You see,
No, there was one before.
there was one before. He's wearing a flowery dress.
Young fuck and young
Flowers
fuck.
up.
Kevin Hart. I remember they do it in the movies as well. Remember
Big Mama's house.
Mama's house. What's his name? Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
All of them, they have to subject themselves. And someone gave me Revelations 18 and 3. They have to subject themselves to the ways of this world.
Yeah.
By Jude 5 and 20.
And that's what I'm saying. See, they're doing that, but who are they using to do that? Remember, I already said we have wicked men amongst our people. So they're going to use the ones that are up there with them to influence the younger ones. And the only reason why they're going to keep doing that is because there's no man in the house to be like, no, don't do that. because this society is very feminine, and the Most High said he's not dealing with effeminate.
But isn't that like sort of discriminating against gays and lesbians?
No, we're not dealing. The Most High don't deal with that. He said, "Bomb Babylon." He said the same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah is going to happen to this. Yeah?
Revelation 18.
No, go on, bring it out. Yeah. So basically, they use our men that are in a higher position, all the actors, all of the rappers, they use them to push that agenda.
Yeah.
And then what they do, like they always like to call our women bad bitches. Why are you gonna call your woman a bad dog?
Yeah.
You're not a dog.
Yeah.
Why do you think they call them queens? Queens is just another way of spelling you to tell you you're a prostitute. You sleep a rat. And you see a lot of our women do it. But that's what's going on in Judith. So when if I called like, I don't like calling none of my sisters queens. We're not a queen. You're not a queen. You're a princess of the Most High. The Most High don't deal with no. You're a daughter of Zion. You're a princess. Yeah.
That's right.
First Kings chapter 10.
First.
Don't go off what you say. Cameron said what you say. Don't come off.
So our thing is, because when we do that, it's a spell that's put on our people. Because now look, you got all like gay men are saying yes queen, bad bitch. Like men are saying it now, like it's the norm. These are the conditions that we're trying to tell our people to come out of. Because we don't want to go for the Judith and all of that. We don't want to catch the hailstones. That's why we're out here. We don't want to see beautiful princesses getting destroyed because of the oppressor said they can wear trousers over a small commandment. We don't want that for our people. Our people's been dying for too long. So now we're out here, the mighty men of valor, Most High willing that we're all up here and we can all be saved. We can save our people. Because that's what we're out here to do. We're not doing it for our vain self. We're doing it for the Most High. Because we disobeyed for too long. And we're the only people that's going to keep at the bottom. But we have a power that's going to deliver us. But our oppressors, they like to say, no, we're all one, so they can keep us in that subject. He can have his followers, but the Most High needs his. Render unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but give to the Most High what belongs to him. Israel belongs to him. But we can only get back to him by keeping the laws. Then you start seeing, that's why you're seeing all of these prophecies that are happening. People not, in the news they're talking about Rona on the news. You're not seeing insurrection that's happening in France. Like they're forsaking their government. The wars that's happening. There's a war going on right now that no one knows about. Palestine, yeah, but it's deeper than that. Because they're letting off missiles and everything, but they're not putting that on mainstream. When you go into the prophecies and you go into this book, and we can see it, the Most High has given us eyes to see. That's why we come out and warn our people. So if you wanna get spared from that rod of fire, because it's gonna be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, come back to the Lord. Sorry, brothers, you wanna bring out your precepts? Please.
It's about order, man. I hate this order.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 3.
It is.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
So all nations have drunken of this system, sister. So everything we see, is our oppressors are doing it. They put it out on the TV screen, drunken that wine. You know?
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
All the other rulers as well. Like China's like, for example, the Arab girls, in their country, they have to wear their dresses. When they come over here, they put trousers on.
That's right.
They lose their ways because they're drinking the wine of this kingdom. Yeah, the fornication of this kingdom. It's become normal. Read.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
So the ones that shaking hands with them, they're getting money off it. Yeah, let's keep them in, especially our people. Destroy Israel, you can't rise. Yeah, I'm gonna pay you this. Tell your brother to go and put on the dress. Alright, cool. Bro, put on the dress. Nah, it's okay, man. Yeah, it's alright. All that play. For money, for clout, for lucre. Yeah? That's what's happening in this society.
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
What? Say what?
Come out of her,
my people. So the Most High sending his angels and telling us, come out of Babylon, come out of this system because you're going to be destroyed. Read, King.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Don't be partakers in what's going on. Don't be all living up like LGBT pride, taking Maxine's and all of that. Don't be doing all of that.
Yeah, speak about it, Max.
Yeah, like doing all of that. Like don't go into like your oppressors. They tell you take this, take that for all like the generations. But growing up, I've always grown up that my grandparents, they never let me go into no doctors. I've always gone up on herbs. If I was ill, Nana, I need remedy. She'll come. Granddad, I need remedy. He will come. He'll brew it up for me. I've never had to take a needle or anything like that. I've never had to do it. So why would I now go to someone that's oppressed my people and trust them for something that I know been killing my people? That's the point. That is the point. They've been doing it for over years, but you still want to go and go into that society and take that. I've got a couple of
This
pieces.
is Sirach chapter 12 verse 10.
Read.
Never trust thine enemy.
Never what?
Never trust thine enemy.
And we already read in Deuteronomy who the enemy was. Now the Bible's telling us who the enemy. Yes.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So no matter what they do, they're still gonna show their wicked ways because it's their spirit. One minute they're gonna call you brethren. Oh yeah, that's my friend. I've got black friends. I've got so-called black friends. Oh look at that nigga. What?
Yeah.
Oh you think because I'm your
Like
friend
that.
you can say that?
Yeah, that used to happen to me in the workplace.
But you see what I'm
Like that.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh that black bitch. It's because it's their spirit. Because they know that you got that vibration, they're gonna always war against us. And that's the same with the oppressors.
Yeah, read that one.
Yes.
Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his
Right,
wickedness.
yeah, hear what you said. It says, so like iron rusted. So it's giving you an analogy.
Yeah.
It's like iron. No matter how much you polish it, rust
gonna
is
rust.
laying dormant. All you got to do is just turn your back for a second and you see that rust rise. That's what he's saying. Like your enemies.
That's right.
Take it up.
Exactly that. Bring your piece of
It's the book of Proverbs 11 and 21, and it reads, "No hand joining hand with the wicked shall not go unpunished."
So if we're joining hands with these other nations, the Most High said we're going to be punished with them because we're liking this society. We're falling into the Babylonian customs. But he said, come out of those Babylonian customs. You know, he was going through the curses and we were saying like what the Most High did because we did not keep the laws. But we were talking about the Apocrypha. When you go into the Apocrypha, there's a book called Baruch where the Most High said, in the land of our captivity, we shall remember his name. That's why you've got mighty men up here calling on the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. We're calling on the name of our God. We're not calling no Jehovah. We're not calling no Jesus. Sweet Jesus was the boat that brought us here in slavery. That's the name of the boat that brought us here. That's how they got us. Oh yeah, sweet Jesus will save you. You're gonna get paid and everything. They put us on a boat called Jesus. Then they give us the image of a so-called white man called Jesus. You know?
This is
Just what the brother was saying about Jesus. Now they even came about that name Jesus by using, like when you look at the name Yahweh. Now in the Greek captivity they called him Jesus, and then in Latin they call him Isu. Now when you get Jesus and Isu, the spelling, they use the spelling, and that's how they got Jesus. That's how that name came about, because there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet, and that just sound, that J doesn't exist. That J only came into force in about 1524 is when the J was invented, because the I is a Roman numeral, and it was I can't remember his surname's Trisco, I can't remember his first name. He was an Italian writer or something. He was playing about and he managed to put the French. So, but yeah, he was playing with the art. You've got to remember, when you look at either, like, say you wrote 6, you've got the V and then you've got the I. Remember, V is 5 and the I is 6. That's Roman numerals. So he was playing about with that, and he done it to him, and that's how J came into effect. And it was introduced in the English alphabet in the 16th century. I remember the Messiah died, way back in the 1st century. So how could his name ever be Jesus if J didn't exist until the 15th century and then brought into the English alphabet the 16th century? That's about 1,500 years after his death.
And on the deeper level as well, that Jesus is El Zeus. El Zeus. Glory to by that time, remember, they are worshiping Zeus,
Yeah.
the sun god. So they're incorporating in the Greco-Roman Christianity. So when you say Jesus, it's the next vibration.
Yeah.
You are bringing demon on you. That's the reason why the people that into the church, they can understand this truth, man. Because they are worshiping an idol, a demon, another god. So it's important now to come back to the real. So yeah, go on.
This is the book of Proverbs 30 and 4, and it reads, "Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in a garment?
Yeah.
Who hath established all the ends of the earth?
Yeah.
What is his name?"
Right, what is his name? So he's asking you, look, that's a very deep question, man. He said, what is his name and what's the name of his son? Because
What is his name and what is his son's name?
right.
If thou canst tell.
If thou can tell, I mean, he knew that at that time there was going to be a meeting because there are people there
That's
who
Proverbs
go into what?
30 and 4.
Captivity. And what happened during captivity? If you remember what the story said, what happened? We lost our everything.
Yeah.
We lost everything. So now we're calling him Jesus. We're calling him Jehovah. We're calling him Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Was that the real name? Bringing more madness onto you because you are calling you are summoning demons. You're invoking demons. So
Just to add, the scripture says there's no salvation in any other name. So if you're calling on Jesus and all of this, just imagine, let's say your name's Anne, you don't want to, now you're walking up the road and I'm saying, Mary, are you going to turn around? If you're calling on the wrong name,
So you need the name of our God is Yahweh. Hey brother, can you bring that thing that you showed me last time? About the Y H W H.
Yeah. It's even in, yes, it's
Alright?
This is Acts chapter 4, verse 12.
Bring it up.
Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
So there's only one name. It's not Jehovah. It's not Cha-Cha. It's not Cha. It's not that. It's a particular name that you need to know in this time for you to have salvation.
That's right.
You know we used to say on the plantations, Kumbaya.
Yeah.
And we say hallelujah. And hallelujah means hell to and praises to the Father, Yahweh.
Yeah, so Yah is an abbreviation, but actually it's Yahweh. So do you find it? But it's not so So basically, his name is Yahweh. And the name of his son is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh means he is. Yahweh Shai said he delivers, he saves.
He delivers, yeah.
Right, because we used to speak the Lashon Kodesh, the Paleo-Hebrew, it's ancient Hebrew. So we're coming back to it. The Most High is opening our eyes now to know what's wrong. Right? So that's spirituality, man. So that brother that came here, he doesn't know. Okay, show it to her, man. Show it to her.
If I can say as well, the letter J never came about until the 16th century.
But that's the spirit.
That's the spirit.
Yes.
No, the spirit that prophecy. That's the spirit that
This is on Yahweh.
This is in the Indiana Jones thing. They've got the
Let him finish.
Y-A-O-A.
So see what I was saying, sister, about see what I was saying about in Hollywood. That's Hollywood. That's us. See what he's showing there? What he showed you there?
Yeah, Hollywood, yes.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
make a
So they
mockery.
know.
Yeah, they know.
They
They
take-
also make a mockery as well.
That's right.
By showing them.
Have you ever
That's
seen
right.
there was a clip in Simpsons where they had the actual Paleo-Hebrew name.
Yeah. Even in if you watch Prince of Egypt at the end, the original copy, not the ones that they digitalized now, the original copy, it had the Paleo Hebrew in it. So it already showed you in the Prince of Egypt that Moses was a descendant in that film. So they show us little things, and I speak and people. There's the subliminal.
Yeah.
But I don't like to say subliminal because that's Esau's thing. The Most High speaks to us in parables. In the scriptures, he never said to us, I'm going to speak to you in a subliminal. He says, I'm going to speak to you in parables. That's why the disciples always asked him, why do you speak to us in parables? And he said it's because it's not given unto everyone, it's given unto the babe. How do you become a babe? You come back, you convert, you pray to the Most High, ask for repentance, and he starts giving you wisdom and knowledge and understanding. You start to feel it.
Now, sister, do you want to ask a question? What? Pick up your mask first. But there's no corona around.
No corona out here.
So where are you from? What's your parent from? Where your parents from?
Kenyan, Indian, English.
Where's your dad from?
My dad's English.
Your dad's English.
Well, listen, I'm reading a book right now, a guy called Mark Ritchie, and he's showing you that among the so-called Caucasian, we got the melancholy. The melancholy people, because you have to understand, Europe was ruled by black people.
That's right.
So original kings and queens are black people. No, but not that's not a lot of white people that you see right now. You can't see a white person, I say white person just for you to understand, and say, oh, he's a white, he's Caucasian. No, because being a Hebrew Israelite, it's not necessarily about the skin.
That's right.
It's about the bloodline.
That's right.
Because it's proven that the people that come, the white people looking, that comes from actually the Moors. Have you heard of the Moors? The Moors were black people, right? And you had the Jacobites as well, that were ruling in England, in Portugal, in Spain, in France, in Germany, all over the place. Now, yeah, bring one.
See this book here? You hear a lot about iconoclasm, there's like the Russian icon. But what they don't teach you is the whitewashing that happened in this land. Now this is the memoirs of Secret Service of John Mackey Esquire during the reigns of King William, Queen Anne, and King George I. Now, when you go to page 25, this is just one of them. Yeah, it's talking about a guy called Daniel Earl of Nottingham. Right. Go on Google, type in his name, look images, you're going to see a Caucasian. But this is his actual documentation. So let's see how he described it.
Right.
Yeah. Listen to this. Verse page 26. And this is about Daniel Earl of Nottingham. He has also the exterior air of buffaloes and application enough to make him very capable. In his habit and manners, very formal. A tall, thin, very black man, but hear this bro, like a Spaniard or Jew. So that's what is that telling you about the Jews? And the Spaniards. Yeah, but if you go online and type in Daniel Earl of Nottingham, and there's many like that.
What picture you see?
What picture is it?
Let me read him again.
He's wearing number 26 on my birthday.
Okay, but hear this.
I like things.
In his habit and manners, very formal, a tall, thin, very black man. How black does he look?
How black does he look on there?